I remember a sweet moment I had with John Medeski when he first came around, a number of years ago, maybe 10 years ago or so. And he brought a friend, I guess from his community or circle, and they called him Swami, and he came up to me and he asked me a question. He said, how can I play like you? I want to be able to do what you do and play like you. And I said, do you do yoga? And he said, yeah. I said, that's all you need to do. Just do yoga. Because what I'm doing has nothing to do with guitar scales and guitar anything. I'm a drummer at heart. That's the force of my presence in the music and playing. It's drum lord sorts, not, trap sets, no, native drums. As a form of yoga. It's all about the trance, it's all about the release from karma, release of mind, self, worries, all of it. Distraction, and into the sound. Certain yogis call it the shabd. And I say this is relevant to shabd intelligence and shabd consciousness, which is the word that is used by the ancients to describe inner music, which I've heard, which I hear. But unlike the limitations they impose on the outer music because of the need for the inner music, I say, no, there's a continuous stream between the inner and the outer music. That's what the human race is waiting to hear from each individual, is their realized version of the inner music going out to the world. That inner music is what I call heart-fire sound, even though it's more classified as avant-garde for many people. It's not avant-garde, it's just one note to the next note that is given freely, and so it's given to give to others.
Do you feel that every individual has their own unique inner music that's just waiting to be tapped?
If they had the heart to find it, if they would take their heads out of the butts of everybody else's music, they might have a better chance. Remember, let's think for a moment. Back in the early days, when we're talking about, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, maybe even farther back than that, you had the leaders of these organizations separate themselves from the community, the culture, family, and everything. Go to the mountains, go to the retreat, or to the cave. Right? Be in isolation. What was that for? Certainly wasn't to enjoy the spiders and the snakes and whatever would come out of the situation, the jungle or the cave and the walls and the earth, or fall upon them, whatever, the things, the obstacles they had to get beyond. Yeah, so they were willing to endure almost anything and everything because of the need for the realization. And knowing that it's there, if they could create for themselves a condition that would be conducive to that coming to them. Then they break open, fall apart, or they give up, they would sort of surrender, actually, from exhaustion, giving up completely. Say, done. With any resistance to what it is, and always is, and will always be.